All right, guys, welcome. So today we're going to be checking out the release of the release of the official cinematic trailer for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, this game was originally called Code Red, or yeah, Codename Red or whatever, and a lot of people we knew it as Assassin's Creed Red, but that was just their like development name. You see that a lot with game studios. They'll have like a different name for the game throughout development, and then they'll actually have the real name. So the official name of the next Assassin's Creed is Assassin's Creed Shadows, which sounds pretty awesome. And this is the one that's supposed to be like Japan themed. So with it being Assassin's Creed Shadows, I expect some ninja-ness in my life. But I'm really, really excited about this. As you guys know on the channel, we've played every single Assassin's Creed game from 1 all the way through to Mirage, start to finish. And huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. A lot of you guys love the series. So here in about, we got 12 minutes, the trailer is going to be going live. So I'm excited to be checking this out with you guys, seeing what the heck it's going to be. Well, and now this says it's a cinematic trailer, so there's probably not going to be any gameplay in this. But this is going to be the first thing that we see on this game. So sucks because, I mean, we got the Mirage cinematic trailer first. That was what we seen first, but it was still pretty cool. It was still exciting. Kind of gave you a theme of where you know, what the game's going to be about, you know, what the enemies are going to look like, what the assassin's going to look like, the environment. So we should still get a decent idea about that stuff. Yeah, this is just the trailer, guys. You know, no gameplay yet. Lee with the 25 months, man. I appreciate you. How you doing today, dude? Luinja. Well, so today, after we're done with this, like on the channel, we're going to be doing some more State of Decay 1, and I got something new that we're going to be trying out later on this evening. Has something to do with the things inside of a clock and war. But I hope everybody's having a great day. I figured we'd just start a couple minutes early. I know some of you guys who are watching this not live, you got the luxury of just being able to skip forward to the trailer. But for everybody that's coming and hanging out, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Yeah, we played Mirage. Yep, we played Mirage on the channel. I've played every single Assassin's Creed game. How am I excited for that? How, like, my level? Oh, I'm a 10, dude. State, I'm a 10, dude. Assassin's Creed, I would say, is probably in my top 5, like, favorite just game series of all times. I just love the history in the games. I just love, you know, dropping into these different time periods and just kind of living amongst in those time periods. Because that's one thing that Ubisoft does really, really well, in my opinion, is they create these open worlds in these different time periods, and they're nice. They're very, very nice. So I'm very excited about it. I enjoyed Valhalla more than Mirage, for sure. My favorite Assassin's Creed game of all time is Odyssey. Odyssey was top tier. Side quests, it was just very good game. And then probably Black Flag, and then Assassin's Creed 3. Yeah, we played Liberations. Yeah, we played Liberation. That one was, it was all right. All right, hold on. Give me 1 sec while we're waiting for this, guys. I'm going to move this fan thing over here. Oh. Rogue was really good. I feel like Rogue is a very like slept on Assassin's Creed for real. Like I didn't even know the game existed. So then when it first came out or when we first played it, I was blown away that that game didn't have more hype behind it. For the Elden Ring update, nah, it's gonna be dope. Sorry, I'm trying to get this all set up before we start. Got 6 minutes. I've played the Quarry. Yeah, I've played all pretty much those dark picture style games. We played every single one of them on the channel. Feel like after 2, it all went downhill. I don't know. 2 was okay. It was a great game, but I don't know. I still prefer the newer AC titles to 2. This is live. Yeah, we are live right now. We're just waiting a couple minutes. We got 5 minutes until the premiere.
Yeah, it's already.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed 2 was a great game. It was a great game. All right, hold on one sec, guys. No way, Fred. Fred, seriously, man, that is a huge super chat, brother. I really appreciate it, dude. This is gonna be a great game. I hope Vampire will come back. We're doing Vampire. Yeah, I just released an episode the other day, and I recorded an episode yesterday. So, all right, we got 3 minutes, guys. I never played the 2D side-scrolling AC titles, no. But seriously, Fred, holy shit, man. Thank you so much. That is huge. All right, 2 minutes. Mogamed from South Africa, what's going on? I know Paul loves his AC. All right, here we go. Let's get ready, guys. So we don't know when it's coming out. I don't know if there's going to be a release date in this trailer or what. We'll kind of see. I don't know if we'll get more information, but this is kind of like the announcement, like official cinematic. So we'll kind of have to see. Yeah, I was going to say Assassin's Creed games usually come out in the fall. Yeah, this is a brand new Assassin's Creed game that's going to be dropping. Raiden, holy shit, man. Thank you, thank you. It's been linked to release on 15. Yeah, I mean, that's about in line with what Assassin's Creed games usually are doing. So we're just waiting, chat. We're just waiting. I'm going to refresh just in case it's already... Not yet. Yeah, this is just the cinematic trailer, unfortunately. What would you prefer, a 10-hour game at your complete story? I mean, I really enjoyed the length of Valhalla and Odyssey. Yeah, I mean, for a person who likes the 100% games, it was probably a nightmare. I don't ever like 100% games. So if you've just played through the story, here we go, chat, here we go. But Raiden, thank you for the super chat. And Fred, holy shit, man. Thank you. Just dropped 20 gifted on the channel, dude. I really appreciate it, man. Everybody receives a membership. Welcome to the family. I'm now with the 14 months. No, it hasn't launched yet, dude. No, this is just the cinematic. All right, here we go, guys. I'm excited though.
Who are you? Who do you serve?
All I have ever known in my life, our land, our customs, my family, burns in the name of unification.
frog in a well who knows nothing of the sea. The ocean's filled with new ships, but they all come from the same river. Greed. Power. Vengeance.
And you? Will you continue down that river? Or choose another path beyond what we see?
And we must look for it together. We must learn to trust, rebuild.
And follow the blade.
I said, who do you serve? We are the shadows.
That serve the light.
November 15th, there it is. So it looks like it might be kind of like the like Syndicate, where it had two characters you could play as. You could play as the Fry brothers and the brother and sister there. And the brother and sister both had different play styles. Like the brother was more of like a brawler, and the sister was more like the stealthy one. And you could choose like who you wanted to play and how you wanted to approach missions. So if anything, I think they're probably going for probably that style play again, which wasn't bad. I actually thought Unity was, or Syndicate was a phenomenal game. But yeah, that was pretty dope. The environment, everything about it is it's going to be awesome. So it seems like I'm trying to nail the period here, because they had guns, and as you guys know, right at towards the fall of like the samurai, that's where they really started. That's where the Chinese started. That's where they got gunpowder and stuff like that. It was like right at the end of the samurai. I think it was what ended the samurai was gunpowder. But it seems like it's at a weird cusp, because they definitely had guns at one point in this. But the cinematic is sick.
Who do you serve?
1579.
All I have ever known in my life, our land, our customs, my family, burns in the name of unification.
Still a frog in a well who knows nothing of the sea. The ocean's filled with new ships, but they all come from the same river.
So you guys won't think they'll have like any ship stuff? Because what they had ship stuff in quite a few of the games. Odyssey was kind of the last one where you had ship combat, but I don't know. I don't know if this time period would really. What do you guys think? Do you think it's possible to see ship combat in this? Like I said, this is just a cinematic trailer, so we got to kind of take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? This is just cinematic. We don't know what the actual gameplay is going to look like. Obviously, with it coming out in November, I'm pretty sure we're going to get a gameplay trailer probably within the next few months or so. Probably by the end of summer, we should get a gameplay trailer, which is going to that's going to be phenomenal to see for sure. So what I think the story is based on in this trailer, I'm pretty sure we're probably, if I were to take an educated guess just by the cinematic trailer itself, we're probably going to have the two characters, and we're going to be trying to take down some kind of like shogun, whatever shogun is like trying to conquer the land that we're on here, that lady's a part of. I believe she's probably a native, and this is there's some kind of shogun or whatever trying to take over their land, and that samurai was a part of it. And maybe he like breaks off and joins her, but I don't know. That's my educated guess, at least. So,
from the same river. Greed.
You can see like right here, like this shows like, you know, we're obviously gonna have to take out like some head honcho and probably a bunch of his homies. 100%. It's cool though seeing like a bunch of samurai and shit like that. And in this time period, like I wanted to play as a ninja, you know, like playing that ninja style Assassin's Creed is awesome, but for them to have also like a samurai style character you can play as, we kind of get the best of both worlds. So you get to have that ninja, you know, assassin fantasy, but then we also aren't just fighting as a ninja against samurai. We get to also play as a samurai character, if there is two characters. That's just me kind of 100% spitballing right there, but being able to play both sides of it, I feel that like that in my opinion is the best, because when you're like, you play something like Mirage where you're pigeonholed into one play style, your assassin play style, that was kind of one of the things that I enjoyed the most about the newer games, was there was so many different ways you could play the game. There was so many different ways you could approach, and it felt so good to be able to be like, you know what, I don't want, like, if you guys aren't, some people just aren't into stealth like that, you know what I mean? So for them to be able to go and grab these big honking two-handed weapons, or go and play with sword and shield, like whatever they wanted to do, that option was there. And that's what I'm saying. It would be cool to see us be able to play as both like the ninja and as the samurai. That'd be really, really dope.
Vengeance.
He was a real-life historical samurai. Yes, okay. He's nasty. Look at him.
And you... will you continue down that river? Or choose another path beyond what we see?
And we must look for it together. We must learn to trust, rebuild.
And follow the blade.
Well, the way she turns that blade sideways too, that shit's so sick, dude.
We are the shadows.
That served the light.
That's so sick. Yeah, so I definitely get to play as two characters. 100%. Yeah, you can see right here. So I guess these are both two historical figures then, Naoi and Yasuke, because I see you guys saying that this guy is like an actual historical, the first African samurai. An employee of a powerful feudal lord known as the Great Unifier during Japan's. That's sick. That's sick. Nah, it's gonna be sick, guys. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure, like I said, we're gonna probably go with more of a syndicate style game here. Obviously, you know, I'm gonna be playing the shit out the ninja character. I don't know. When it comes to like a ninja and a samurai, I'm down for both, dude. I'm down for both. So the game comes out November 15th. That was the date that they just gave us here.
With our dual protagonists, we have two fantasy, the samurai and the shinobi. We want the player to experience both, and we cannot squeeze both fantasy into one character because samurai and shinobi came from a different social class. They have different lives, so we cannot really mix them together.
The historical character of Yasuke presented a really exciting opportunity for the narrative team. We approached it in the same way that so much of the work is done in Assassin's Creed, which is really in terms of research and history first. Not a lot is known about him, but what we did know, or we do know, is that he arrived in Japan in 1579, right when our game starts. And that he had relationships with some of the most interesting people in our setting, like Oda Nobunaga, the Portuguese, and Jesuits, which made it very sort of tantalizing and enticing from a narrative perspective to come in and start weaving these facts with story in between.
The more we read about the character, the more he was inspiring for us. He's a foreigner discovering Japan, and we thought it's the perfect fit because he's discovering Japan and you are discovering Japan also.
And on the flip side, we have Naoi, who comes from the province of Iga, which is a remote mountainous area, fiercely independent, known as the birthplace of shinobi. So they're very contrasting perspectives that really expose a lot of different sides and facets of the era.
When Oda came, he completely destroyed Iga. You have Yasuke and Oda that coming to destroy the shinobi. So it can kind of create this interesting tension between two characters.
We were able to connect her to the province of Iga and the legendary Igan shinobi historical figure, Fujibayashi Nagato, who's her father in the game. So we understand why she has the skills that she has and the values that she learns from her father in the people of Iga, which are valor, benevolence, and wisdom. And as a young person still at the start of the game, we get to see now we acquire even more of that wisdom as the story unfolds.
And if you ask anybody, it's super clear that samurai will be combat heavy and a shinobi will be stealth heavy. It creates this distinction right away. Yasuke can fight with all his advantage, his stature, like he's a big guy, he can break door, he can fight multiple enemies, he can break armor. Compared to Naoi, like her character and their outfit, it's really about being stealth, being unseen. She's the only one with the hidden blade, so they have clear advantage that put them into the stealth and the combat, even if they can do a bit of both.
They're a really great pair together because on one side we have Naoi, who's very intense and passionate and determined woman who is very set on her goals. She's kind of got her heart on her sleeve and she'll say what she feels in the heat of the moment. And this intensity that she brings as a shinobi, but that she also brings to her relationship. And this balances very well with Yasuke, who is sort of a thoughtful, level head to Naoe's fiery passion. We really thought about somebody like Yasuke historically, who was able to come to Japan and have the life that he did there, to enter service for Oda Nobunaga and achieve all of the things that he did. Like, what kind of person would go through all of this? So our Yasuke is very intelligent, thoughtful, and respectful of this culture that he encounters, and that makes him a very nice sort of counterpart to Naoe. He's a bit mysterious as well, and that's something we get to see unfold as the game progresses.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how they incorporate the assassins into this. I don't know if like the orders act, because like she said, she's the only one with a hidden blade, so I don't know if like the shinobi had like found like some type of, you know, old parchments or something about the actual like hidden ones, and that's how they adopted the blade tech. But it's definitely gonna be interesting how this, to see how they weave the Templars into this and how they weave the assassins into this, if they even have it. That's the one thing I'm going to be looking for. When was the last AC release? We got Mirage last year. Yeah, we got AC Mirage last year, so this one's going to be, it's going to be interesting, guys. Would have been assassins by... yeah, they would have been the assassins by now, right? I enjoyed Mirage. It was all right. You know what I mean? It did feel kind of like more like a DLC to Valhalla than like its own thing. But I enjoyed it. It's not my favorite Assassin's Creed game, but I had fun playing it for sure. Do you think you could play this without having played the other past AC game? Yeah, the thing is about the Assassin's Creed games, there's only a few of them that are like connected. Most of them are quite independent. Like you can just skip ahead. Like, for instance, like you could start at Assassin's Creed 2 and never have played Assassin's Creed 1. Now, there's going to be references through all the games, like if they reference someone like Altair. If you never played Assassin's Creed 1, you won't really know who they're referencing. So you're just going to know he's some kind of like awesome assassin from back in the day. You know what I mean? But it's not going to like change the game for you by any means necessary. Like you could easily just go play Assassin's Creed 2. Now, if you were to try to play like Brotherhood of Revelations without playing Assassin's Creed 2, you're going to be lost as hell. And if any of those games, like if you played any of those 3 games without playing any of the other, you would be super confused, because that's a trilogy. Like the game, those 3 games are all connected. It's all Ezio's story all in a row. And what's another one that would be? So you got the Ezio series. 3 is pretty standalone. Black Flag is pretty standalone. Syndicate, Rogue, Origins, Unity. Most of the newer games, I would say, are quite standalone. Like you could play them. There's going to be connections between like Valhalla and Odyssey. Like the Out of Animus part of those 2 games is connected, but the actual gameplay itself has no connection whatsoever, minus the Out of Animus stuff. But Odyssey and Valhalla are connected on like that Out of Animus scenario where you're trying to get like the staff and stuff like that. But for the most part, yeah, you could play almost every single Assassin's Creed game without playing any of the others, as long as you don't, like the Ezio trilogy is the one that would definitely have you all sorts of messed up. Fred, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Have you ever played the Myst series? Myst, I've never even heard of that, Fred. No, I've literally never even heard of it. Raiden X with the super chat. This and Ghost of Tsushima on PC this year. Yeah, I know, dude. It's gonna be sick. And Trey, thank you so much for the 5 gifted, but I really appreciate you, man. How do you think they will incorporate the Animus? I don't know. I feel like they've been slowly getting away from the out of Animus stuff. And then I feel like with that Hex game or whatever, the all-in-one AC like database, whatever, I feel like they're going to completely kind of phase it out. Yeah, I mean, Black Flag, when I say Black Flag is a standalone game, I mean, you could play Black Flag without playing any of the other games. Like, you don't have to play Ezio's games. You don't have to play Assassin's Creed 3. I mean, yeah, you really don't have to play any of those games in order to play Black Flag. Now, obviously, Black Flag Kenway's grandson or whatever, you know, like, but there's nothing that doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like, it doesn't change anything. It's not that huge of a deal. It's kind of like a little nug of lore, but it doesn't change Black Flag. Like, you could ultimately go into that game, not know who the hell, you know, his grandfather was, or that he was a part of anything really, and you would still enjoy Black Flag in its entirety. Because I didn't even catch on to that until somebody pointed it out. Bruce, I've never played those games, though. I'm not. Hey, you enjoy your time at work, all right, brother? Oh, the lore is amazing. That's my favorite part of Assassin's Creed. I love the little lore nugs. I was just stating, like, because somebody asked, could they play? Because a lot of people, they look at a series like Assassin's Creed, right? And like, damn, there's like 11 games. You know what I mean? And that says a lot of people that can be very, very overwhelming financially and just time-wise. Like, who the hell has time to just sit back and play 11 games? You know, especially if you're working and you're doing all that. So some people could be put off on jumping into Assassin's Creed, because they're like, dude, I have never even played a single Assassin's Creed game, you know, and they think in their head that they have to start at the first one or they're not going to be, and it's just kind of like, no, you don't have to by any means. You could just jump in today and play Valhalla. Never played any of the other games, and it would still, the way they have the time periods broken up and the stories and stuff like that, each game is its own experience. So, Raymond, thank you so much for the super chat, man. AC Infinity is going to have a story around the Animus. And you'll be able to play the game 3 days early with Ubisoft Plus. This is what it says down in the corner there. People really need to go and play Black Flag. So Black Flag, I feel like is it's one of the games that's like a pinnacle. Everybody, you know, when people talk AC, Black Flag's always in the conversation. I think Black Flag is an amazing game. Like, don't get me wrong, but I've said this before. I do think Black Flag has one of the weakest assassin stories in all of the AC games, though. Was not a huge fan of the assassin side of their story. It was kind of meh. Now the pirate gameplay, like Black Flag made an amazing pirate game, but the assassin side of it I thought was quite weak, but everything else about the game was phenomenal. You know, the pirate story was phenomenal. The ship combat was phenomenal. The map was phenomenal. Like, it was a beautiful game. All the little side things you could do in the game, hunting, all that stuff was great. But the assassin side of Black Flag was kind of meh. Yeah, the gameplay definitely makes up for the lack of story, yeah. Because a lot of people are saying that, man. I'm like, dude, I honestly thought Black Flag had one of the weaker stories of all the games, in my opinion. But the gameplay was just so top tier. It didn't even matter, dude. It was so good. Honestly, like Rogue, like I think the story in Rogue was way better, way better than Black Flag's story. Rogue was a really good story. Like I said, I really enjoyed Assassin's Creed 3. The story in that one was great. The combat, that was back when you could still do the counter spam and just kill everybody. But I did enjoy Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed 3 is one of my favorite, but Odyssey, just phenomenal story. I even enjoyed Valhalla's story. Like this, I'm all about the story though, you know, and the story is super good. I do miss the combat from the older games a lot of the times, but the story in the newer games is like Origins, like the story was phenomenal. Can you show what we get for pre-ordering? Yeah, hold on a second. I don't want to just go clicking on stuff. Give me one sec. Gotta make sure I'm not like logged into my Ubisoft. Okay, I think. Okay, so $69.99. So it's regular price of the. They also, I forgot Ubisoft Plus. It's like their Netflix or their little Game Pass thing, isn't it? But yeah, so you get the, what did we get? So standard edition, you get the game, pre-order bonuses, base game, season pass, 3-day early access on gold, base game, pre-order, season pass, 3 days, ultimate pack, which it looks like some different, look at that outfits, dude. And then the ultimate edition, which is this is probably the one I'll do because it's just the cheapest option, like $17.99 a month, bro. Like I'm going for that all day, dude. Yeah, just sign up for Ubisoft Plus. You play the game for 2 months and still not even come close to the price of buying the game outright. And you still get the ultimate pack. You get the early access. You get and you get all the 100 plus games. Yeah, I'd rather just do this. I'm being honest, guys. I'd rather just do the Ubisoft Plus. Yeah, it's the best deal. You get all of the goodies. And if you did. No, that's just monthly. Yeah, so monthly. That's just like Game Pass. Yeah, and you can do freaking even 3 months of this and not even come to the price of this. And yeah, so day one Ubisoft Plus, I would definitely go with that option. You can cancel at any time. Yeah, see, yeah, that's legit. Well, that's the thing, Paul. Yeah, you can just cancel it at any time, man. You get it for the 1 month. Play Assassin's Creed Shadows, if you know, or any other Assassin's Creed game that you want. Ubisoft has a ton of games, you know what I mean? And play the game and then just cancel it. Play the trailer once more. I'll let the trailer. We can run the trailer once more for you guys. Just coming in.
Ever known in my life, our land, our customs, my family, burns in the name of unification.
Frog in a well who knows nothing of the sea. The ocean's filled with new ships, but they all come from the same river. Greed. Power. Vengeance.
continue down that river? Or choose another path beyond what we see?
And we must look for it together. We must learn to trust, rebuild.
And follow the blade.
I said, who do you serve? We are the shadows.
That serve the light.
She's fast, dude. She's real fast. She's mega fast. Bad Monkey with the 2 years. Seriously, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. No, I'm excited. I'm excited about this one, guys. It's going to be a ton of fun. It is going to be interesting to see what the gameplay actually looks like, what the combat's going to look like. I don't know if they're going to have like that more like rigid base combat that we've seen more in like Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, where it's, I don't know, I would almost say more Souls-like-ish, or if they're going to kind of go back to more of that fluidity, like counter spam style combat from the original games. It's going to be interesting to see where they go with the combat. I've already played Unity. Yeah, I've played Unity on the channel. I've played every single Assassin's Creed game. At a point where you can't do it solo. Yeah, I mean, I was getting to that point on the second stream. Hey, Archive, I hope you're having a good one, man. It's good to see you. It's the Odyssey team. So, I mean, like I said, the Odyssey combat wasn't terrible by any means. I just didn't enjoy, the only thing I didn't enjoy about Odyssey was the gear system, because all the enemies were like super tanky. It was all like level based. So like you couldn't fight an enemy because he was level 15. You're only level 5. And I didn't like that. I just want to be able to like fight whoever, because they're all just people. And real human beings don't have levels. You know what I mean? Fred, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate you, man. Airborne with the 26 months, man. When you get time, check out the anime of this game called Yasuke. I didn't even know. I'm gonna have to check this out.
Stepping away from hybrids, those things, and like they hadn't done.
No, there hasn't been a feudal Japan. Feudal Japan has probably been. What would you guys say? Feudal Japan's probably been the #1 most requested time period.
That they're stepping away from the other stuff.
Yeah, well, at first, a lot of people were asking for like Rome and Greece, and we got that. But feudal Japan I think, has been probably the most demanded time period for a very long time. Believe it or not, I after playing Syndicate, I was like, yo, I would love to see a more modern AC title that took place in like the World Wars, like World War II and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like if somehow they freaking tied Templars into like, you know, the Axis and stuff like that shit would be cool as hell, man. Because they kind of did it in Syndicate. Because that was I think they had a little bit of World War I in Syndicate, right? People have been waiting about 10 plus years for Japan. Yeah. I feel like the combat would be the issue though, because obviously as you progress more into like the World Wars and stuff like that, people stopped using swords and things like that and focused more on, you know, guns and shit like that. So yeah, like an alternate, you know, World War Assassins, Templar history. That would be really, really cool. I wonder if they'll ever do a more futuristic Assassin's Creed title. Well, we'll have to see. I mean, I don't mind the older stuff though, like time periods like that. That's where it's at for me personally, because you just get to experience so many different countries and time periods. And I mean, obviously, I feel like World War II and stuff like that's been beat up pretty hard over the, you know, since gaming has been a thing. So it's kind of fresh to see games and time periods that we're not really used to seeing. It doesn't end up like Cyberpunk. Yeah, Ronan, I hear that, man. I mean, they could go back. They could go as close, because you got to think the Assassins and Templars are fighting still to this day outside of the Animus, so they could go all the way to modern time if they wanted to. And obviously, because I believe Ezio or Desmond Miles and all that stuff that happened in like 2012, right? The whole like where the sun flare and all that stuff. But I think in game, the time period was 2012. The whole end of the Mayan calendar, sun flare, they tied that. I believe that's what they tied it into. But now that, because they've definitely gone back, they started showing, you know, like the origination of the Assassins, the origination of the Templars, you know, and now they're kind of going back and progressing through the times. But it's gonna be interesting to see where they, because the Assassin's Creed series, I've said this, guys, it's like, it's one of those games that they could easily just keep going because they can just always revisit different time periods and find ways to take actual historic, because that's what they do. They take actual characters from history, like huge historical figures, and then they make a game out of it. You know, obviously they alter the story to make it match the narrative of like the Assassins and the Templars, but they go and they take actual historical places, people, and then they kind of mix the Assassins and Templar story into it, and they could really do that with any time period, like any time period. So it's one of those things that they could forever explore, you know what I mean? As long as there's time periods people are interested in seeing, they could do it. But there it is, guys. I wanted to check this out today. We're going to be starting our actual streams. I wasn't even going to stream this, and then I seen, I was like, you know what? Well, we'll kind of hang out. We'll check it out, see what it's about. And I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. Hopefully, you know, over the summer or something like that, hopefully we'll hear some more about this. It'd be freaking awesome. I'm excited. Obviously, you guys know me. I love AC. So November 15th, I'll probably obviously have the Ubisoft Plus or whatever. So we'll try to play that early, the 3 days early. So what, November, I don't know, 12th or something like that. We should get access to it. But yeah, I'm excited. It was nice to come and talk AC again. I feel like it's been a while. Yeah, the Starfield update isn't enough for me to really play it yet. They added some new stuff, but not enough for me to be like, yeah. So once they add like the vehicle, and I don't know, we might just wait for like the Shattered Space DLC or whatever before we jump in. But there's not enough there for me to really play. But all right, guys, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this stream. Like I said, give me a little bit. We're gonna be firing up our normal streams of the day. And yeah, I really, really appreciate you all. If I don't see you guys later on today, you have a great rest of your day. And for everybody else, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.